Hi, I'm Jay McCarthy, a partner at SparkLabs and a co-founder of Equilibrium. It's not easy for any of us to wake up and believe that we can actually positively impact this great big planet of ours. But Equilibrium was founded with just such a vision, to spur today's ESG revolution. How? By helping companies who represent the core of our commercial society accelerate their sustainable transformation. Our software solution will automate carbon and wider ESG footprint management, will affect actionable and achievable targets, and ultimately move companies towards net zero emission status. Please join our talented team of entrepreneurs, engineers, climate scientists, and environmental specialists as we help businesses be the driving force to reverse climate change today. So, without further ado, let's show some love to the team at Equilibrium, to the Equilibrium Bear, and to my partner, Frank Meehan. Thanks very much.
2014 will go down as the warmest year around the globe in recorded history.
2015 was the hottest year since climate records began.
Figures show this July was the single hottest month in recorded history.
Australia sweltered through its hottest spring on record.
The phenomenon was a short-term trigger to a long-term global warming.
Climate change is the greatest threat facing our planet today. And as Bill Gates has stated, the negative effects of climate change will be much greater than those of the 2020 pandemic. However, countries are now taking action. China, Korea, Japan, and the UK all recently set aggressive carbon emission reduction targets by 2050 or 2060. But those targets have been superseded recently by the Biden administration's recently announced aggressive goal to cut carbon emissions by 50% in just 9 years by 2030, which, as the Wall Street Journal says, will require massive infrastructure changes, forcing companies to accelerate transformation faster than they were expecting to. Businesses now realize that they have to become sustainable and lead the way to drive change and balance our planet. Amazon, Microsoft, IKEA, and other major corporates are rapidly setting aggressive sustainability transformation goals. And banks and investors are focusing on investing in companies that are climate leaders because, as Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the biggest money manager in the world with over $6 trillion worth of assets under management, puts it, climate change will fundamentally change finance.
We believe a portfolio that focuses on sustainability and climate change will be a portfolio that outperforms. So the main component of the letter is saying this is going to be a great investment over the next 10 years.
To meet these challenges, industry is changing rapidly, reshaping across all sectors. This is the market capitalization in January 2020 for global car manufacturers. Then, Toyota and Volkswagen, traditional car manufacturers, still had a larger market capitalization than the newer EV manufacturers such as Tesla, BYD, and NIO. But in just 12 months, that has radically changed, with Tesla, BYD, and NIO now greater than Toyota and Volkswagen. The rest of traditional car manufacturers undergoing tremendous disruption. Not all will survive. And this is happening across all sectors and industries. And at the same time, infrastructure is changing on a national level. This is China's ultra-high voltage energy transport network, the most advanced in the world. This grid is designed to take energy from the wind plants in the north to the south and solar plants in the south to the north, a radical distribution of energy at high speed with very low cost. And look at the enormous infrastructure that China is putting in place to drive those changes, such as this ultra-high voltage giant transformer. After this pandemic, companies, investors, and insurers have become very focused on risk and reporting, and especially for ESG. ESG is a term that you're going to hear from all companies in the next 10 years, as ESG metrics become as important as cost and revenues. But what exactly is ESG? It means understanding and reporting the environmental, social, and governance aspects of a company. Environmental, how your company and suppliers are responding to climate change and managing your environmental impact. Social, how your company and suppliers treat your employees, diversity, training, opportunities, and fair pay. And governance, how your company and suppliers make decisions at board and C-level, detailed leadership, accountability, and oversight. And it's not just about carbon. Companies will be forced to look at their plastic output, their water reuse, their diversity plans, and so much more, because they now have pressure from multiple stakeholders on overall ESG performance. Customers, such as large corporates, are choosing suppliers with carbon targets and supply chain visibility. Consumers, especially millennials, are buying carbon net zero, plastic-free circular economy products. Regulators are increasing regulations on corporates. Banks and insurers are linking insurance rates on financing and insurance to company ESG performance, and investors are increasingly only investing in companies with clear ESG targets and data. With so many stakeholders in place, many corporates are now placing ESG and sustainability responsibility under the CFO, and half of FTSE 100 companies in the UK are already linking executive pay to ESG targets, which will be a global trend. Now, providing ESG performance metrics to so many stakeholders requires real-time data-driven ESG reporting. Well, how can you do that? Well, you can't do it on Excel and with consultants. It's too manual, too complex, and not real time. That's where Equilibrium can help. We're a next generation all-in-one ESG and climate management and automated reporting software, enabling you to manage your data, measure and report against the key reporting frameworks that your stakeholders require. With Equilibrium, you can measure, manage, report, and improve both your carbon footprint and wider ESG performance. The ESG ERP software of the future, with benchmarking and analytics tools and sophisticated data management, which enables you to connect data manually via Excel and CSV files, and connect APIs to your ERP, HR systems, and finance systems. With custom emission factors that give you detailed granular calculations of your carbon footprint. Simulation and modeling tools to help you with your carbon emissions reduction planning. Target management to help make it clear visibility of targets across your organization at entity level. Automated reporting to help you structure data and metrics into the key frameworks fast and effectively. And automated management of carbon offsets and automated credits. So what are the practical steps that you can take to prepare for the coming sustainability transformation at your company? Well, start by understanding your data with ESG ERP software. Plan for changes with simulation and modeling tools. Set clear targets for your company and spend time on educating your workforce for your sustainability transformation using software like Equilibrium to implement and track progress and automate your reporting. Equilibrium is co-founded by myself, Jay McCarthy, and Angel Ho, with experience as co-founders of the SparkLabs group and backgrounds with Spotify, Siri, Morgan Stanley, and How, which is now the leading edtech platform in Taiwan. In partnership with companies and our customers around the world, including Bestspin Global in Korea, Fiscal Note in Washington, Global Change in Germany, Adapt in Silicon Valley, and multilingual support for Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin, backed by SparkLabs. Our mission is to help your company become ESG and climate leaders and to save the planet for future generations. Thank you.